Yo, welcome everyone. Bitcoin has started pumping like crazy. Volume is coming in and the entire move up looks very impulsive. That's why my long trades are also right now in a very nice profit. Let's talk about it. Now, in yesterday's video, I definitely did share with you one very important and a significant area of resistance. We talked about the golden pocket at approximately 108,000 US dollars that was also very nicely aligning with the value area high, the last important volume resistance level. Clearly, this looked like no reaction at this specific area. We broke both of the levels significantly towards the upside, almost like butter, and as of right now, Bitcoin is even trying to break the weekly and the daily high-term time frame area of resistance. So, because we are moving so impulsively towards the upside, probably we could maybe even talk about a brand new all-time high to happen very soon. My long trades right now are definitely in a very nice profit. Even the long position I entered only a couple of days ago at approximately 100.7 thousand US dollars, exactly at the low right here, where a lot of people were calling for lower, where a lot of people were of course scared, expecting another major push towards downside. However, we need to ignore our emotions. We know a very important level was hit and we simply enter another position. And this long position on Bitcoin, not only on Bitcoin, also for example on Ethereum, XRP, SUI, and also I entered another long position on Solana, for example. All of those trades are right now in a very nice profit. However, I also want to mention, if you're following me on Twitter, you definitely know that yesterday I posted a very important tweet. I said to you, yes, golden Fibonacci ratio is being broken towards the upside. 109,000 US dollars is then going to be our next price target. However, I also took some profits on my longs because unrealized gains do not pay the bills. Even though right now we can still be expecting another all-time high. The thing is, I don't know exactly with 100% accuracy we are actually going to form another all-time high. That is why I want to pay myself, at least I want to take some profit off the table just in case we are right now going to see a bigger reversal towards downside. However, once we start paying attention to the volume, you're maybe even going to be surprised. Very nice volume coming in the market on the push toward the upside, which of course technically speaking it is going to be another bullish indication of Bitcoin, and additionally a lot of people are trying to short at the area of resistance. Remember what I said yesterday, I am not interested shorting Bitcoin, I am not interested going with any short positions on any other altcoins, even though on XRP for example we also hit a very important and a significant price target. However, we are still moving in a significant uptrend. I am only going to pay myself with my long positions. However, I am not going to enter any short positions, but it does look like majority of people are trying to guess the top. That is why you can clearly see approximately 400 million of short positions have gotten liquidated in the past 24 hours, which it is kinda insane if you look like that. And also something very important, remember what I said the other day, I would be looking for a short position only if the volume on the push towards the upside is going to be low, because we had a trading idea talking about a bigger head and shoulders pattern. But the reality is, if the volume is high, I am going to look straight towards another all-time high. Right now, clearly, volume is coming in the market. The move up looks very impulsive, and that is simply why later in the video I do need to talk about the WXY correction. Bitcoin, it looks like right now finished, and we could be expecting another all-time high to happen very soon, unless an invalidation level is going to be hit. So once again, I am trading the probabilities, I am approaching the chart as objectively as possible, and that is simply why I would right now really appreciate if you smash up the like button, because 1000 likes are really possible, and also thank you for subscribing to the channel. Let me right now talk about the WXY correction. Bitcoin probably finished only a couple of days ago, and right now with the entire move towards the upside, we might even be expecting another all-time high. We are going to say the move down right here was our W wave, we got our X wave, we got the Y wave, another X wave, and also with the push down, we finished the entire WXYXZ correction. That being said, this right here was the entire complex correction, and after that, we could be expecting another impulsive move towards the upside, that being said pretty much towards another all-time high. So when we right now talk about the 5-wave price structure, we need to zoom out a little bit, let's just say, on the daily time frame, because what are you going to right here see? Bitcoin finished the entire first impulsive Elliott wave already a couple of days ago. We got a correction which was very shallow. Then we got another impulse for our third Elliott wave. With the push down, we got our WXYXZ correction for the fourth one, and as of right now, if we are going to go higher, simply it does look like we could be talking about the fifth Elliott wave right here, which could potentially mean Bitcoin is going to top out at approximately $115,000 US. And I am going to share with you exactly why, after we start creating another all-time high, you should really be slightly more careful on the entire cryptocurrency market, including different altcoins, because the reality is we could be forming some bigger bearish indications, which we are going to talk about in a moment. But probably right now you're wondering, what is going to be the exact price target of our fifth Elliott wave in a case Bitcoin is right now going to form another all-time high in the next couple of days? In that case, we need to talk about Fibonacci expansion levels and also Fibonacci extension levels. There is actually a very simple rule when it comes to our fifth Elliott wave, and it's usually going to be the fifth Elliott wave does have the same size as the first Elliott wave. So we can right now measure the entire first impulsive Elliott wave towards the upside and putting the third pivot exactly at the start of the fifth Elliott wave. And you can right here see 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension level on Bitcoin is coming in exactly at the all-time high. So I would say like that, already after we start creating another all-time high, you should definitely be slightly more careful, because technically speaking, we are already going to hit 1-to-1 Fibonacci extension price target. Additionally, how we can get the price target of the fifth Elliott wave slightly differently, we are going to go with Fibonacci retracement, measuring the entire fourth Elliott wave. So we go from this all-time high right here back towards the low, applying the Fibonacci expansion levels on the chart, and in this case you should be aware of the 1.236 and also 1.618 Fibonacci extension level. So it does look like they are definitely going to be slightly higher. To be honest, I am not 100% sure where Bitcoin is going to top out. However, there is going to be one very important indication you should really pay attention to once Bitcoin is going to start creating another all-time high. And this indication is going to be the RSI indicator. We do not have to know about any Fibonacci levels, about any major price targets. All I would say, pay attention to the RSI indicator on the daily time frame. Remember a couple of days ago, I talked about that we are forming a significant hidden bullish divergence on the daily time frame on the RSI, and also on Twitter, only a couple of days ago, I talked about the importance of the 50 area of support, the 50 level on the RSI indicator on the daily time frame. So I actually posted on 31st of May, that being said literally 10 days ago, that we are trading at a very important level on the RSI, and because of that, we might be expecting a bounce. Now, yes, I am aware that the level was just slightly broken towards the downside, but nevertheless, right now, the hidden bullish divergence is playing out, which means continuation of the trend is slightly more likely. So this specific indication right now shows us potentially another all-time high is going to be formed sooner rather than later. However, here is where you need to pay attention to. If we are going to form another higher high on Bitcoin, but a lower high on the RSI, it is going to be a bearish divergence. That is why, yes, after we are going to create another all-time high on the confirmed bearish divergence, I might even be interested to fire another short position on Bitcoin, and then of course also I am going to take even more profits on all of my long positions on different altcoins. That is why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free $8,000 US free bonus, no KYC and no VPN, with the second link down below, because only for today you are still going to get 10 USDT completely for free, a VIP level 3 and also a 20% deposit bonus. Now, as mentioned, this specific campaign is valid only until the end of the day, so that is why take an advantage of the free bonuses using the second link down below in the description after you register and after initial deposit. So let me right now also do share with you why the RSI indicator is such an important thing you should really pay attention to, because the fifth Elliott wave, the entire move towards the upside, usually ends on the bearish divergence. So that pretty much means if we are going to form another all-time high, higher high on the Bitcoin price, lower high on RSI, it is clearly going to mean the fifth Elliott wave could be coming towards an end. Now, additionally, let's go one step further, and for that we are going to go on the weekly time frame, where you can right now see a bearish divergence on the RSI indicator is already taking place. So not only potentially on the daily time frame we are going to see this bearish indication, but also on the weekly time frame we are already forming significant lower highs on the RSI, which is then going to mean quite a high probability we could be topping out, let's just say approximately at 115, maybe 120,000 US dollars on Bitcoin. And then of course, because of the confirmed bearish divergences, you should really be careful. And personally, I am going to pay myself even more with all of my long positions and probably also exit some of them. For example, this specific long position on Bitcoin, on Ethereum, on XRP, and also on SUI, the ones I have entered only a couple of days ago, I am probably going to close completely simply because some of the very important indications are going to happen on the RSI indicator. So of course, we are going to see if those bearish divergences are going to be confirmed. If not, we can still be expecting higher, but nevertheless, just something you really should pay attention to. Now, additionally, why would I ideally like to see higher targets to be reached on Bitcoin? Because when you pay attention to the exponential moving averages on the daily, we are in an uptrend. On the 4-hourly, we are in an uptrend. 2-hourly time frame, we are in an uptrend. On the 1-hourly, on the 30-minute, 15-minute, 5-minute time frame, we are trading in a very nice uptrend. So that is why I am not guessing where the top is going to be. I am going to pay attention to the bearish divergence on the RSI indicator. However, I would ideally like to see higher targets. That being said, another all-time high. However, as I already said yesterday, I paid myself with my long positions already because a very important level was already hit at approximately 109,000 US dollars. I need to pay myself just in case we are going to see a push down. However, I am not shorting. So this is actually something very, very important, because in a case Bitcoin does right now see a push towards the downside, and if it's going to start losing some bigger support areas towards downside, of course, we could be looking for another lower low to be formed on the Bitcoin chart itself. So again, I am not right now guessing if we go up, if we go down. I have already made money on the trades right here, which is the most important thing. Ideally, I would also like to see another all-time high. However, you need to be aware of the two very important areas of support that I am going to share with you right now. The first level is going to be the weekly high-term time frame area of support. We can right now identify on Bitcoin, let's just say at approximately 109,000 US dollars. This specific level, as you can see right here, historically speaking, has been very nicely respected. It was the area of resistance, area of support, resistance, resistance, and also as of right now, it is going to be an area of support. If Bitcoin is going to start losing this specific area towards downside, I am expecting a bigger push down towards another level of support, which it is going to be, unfortunately, definitely slightly lower, and it's going to land exactly at 107,000 US dollars, where you can also previously see we got the area of resistance, support level, support level, support level, resistance, and once broken towards the upside, it is then going to be an area of support. So only two very important support levels that are right now important on Bitcoin. In a case we do see a rejection, but as I mentioned before, even if we do see a rejection, personally, I have paid myself with all of my long positions right here, but the thing is, I am not prepared to bet my capital on a short position right here, simply because the move towards the upside does look kinda impulsive, and also right now, we are trading still in a very nice uptrend. So let's see right now what Bitcoin is going to do. Ideally, I want to right now see a brand new all-time high, but of course, if we start losing some very important support levels towards downside, probably, especially if we are then going to lose this one right here, we could be looking for a bigger retracement, maybe even form another lower low on the Bitcoin chart itself. And that is right now why, if you want to trade with us, take an advantage of the free 8,000 US dollar bonus, no KYC, no VPN, with the second link down below, because only for today, you're going to get 10 USDT once you register, a VIP level 3 upgrade, and also a 20% deposit bonus. But also right now, thank you for smashing up the like button.